What's going on, Playmates? It's your boy Play. Thanks for tuning in. It's time to get it in. You ever wonder what happens to your food when you're not looking? I know it's going to be kind of crazy. It might change your view on what you want to order when you go out next time. I'm excited about it, and I'm kind of scared at the same time, so let's dig right into it.
McMaggots.
Already. Wow. See, I don't even like McDonald's.
Favorite.
Everybody stay away from McDonald's. I'm trying to tell you, it's not good for you in the first place. They started off with McMaggots. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my god.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
Oh no.
Oh wait, McMaggots? Well, unfortunately, this was the case for one unlucky customer in 2019. This Aussie's day was promptly ruined as he tucked into his scrumptious burger.
No, I would take, I would have to take,
of maggots
oh my
writhing
god, I
inside
would have
his
to
meal.
take them off the
Now,
mat.
I'm sure you can imagine how disgusted the guy was.
Oh
But
my
let's just
god,
roll
he
the
ate
clip
it?
captured at that very moment anyway, and see his reaction.
Oof. I see this?
Look at the that is absolutely disgusting. 2018, and this is the kind of health conditions that I have to accept from McDonald's. Not happy at all.
No.
Look at them all.
Oh.
How many burgers have I eaten from you people?
No.
Wow, he really wasn't happy.
Oh my
But that's
gosh,
totally
yo.
understandable.
I wish. I
mean,
would
those
throw it in their
little maggots
face.
wriggling in and out of the meat. Blech. And even worse, he'd already eaten some of it.
Oh.
Poor fella. Except he's not the only one.
Ate some of
Yep,
that.
an Australian mom found herself cringing at these critters after buying her young son a Happy Meal.
Man, that's
After
disrespectful,
posting the
McDonald's.
incident online
Y'all
and vowing to
disrespectful,
never
McDonald's.
touch fast food again, the mom's accusations were undermined by the fast food giant themselves, as McDonald's claimed it is very unlikely this occurred in our restaurant.
Oh
We
my
have great
god, they
confidence
would
in
say
our food
that.
safety and handling procedures,
Please.
which roughly translates to who, me?
Yeah,
No, couldn't possibly have been
Wasn't
my
me.
fault.
You don't see this
So
in
while
my
it seems
rapping.
The Golden Arches vehemently denies McMaggots are actually being served.
Look at the burger
evidence
itself. It
seems
just
to
looks
suggest
crazy.
otherwise. Only one
just
thing
looked
remains
terrible.
certain. Not all Happy Meals have happy endings.
Oh my gosh.
Bird food.
Bird
In
food.
2015, shoppers at the Walmart in Chicopee, Massachusetts
talking
were
about? What they
astonished
talking
to
about?
find a peckish group of sparrows pecking away at the grocery store meat.
Inside the grocery store? Oh, they grew up in. They said we got the buffet. Stop playing with them. Yo, let's go over here to the chicken. Yo, we got the beef. I'm on a steak right now, son. I
In
got the
their defense,
ribeye
I've always
popping.
thought minced beef looks a little like worms, so they were probably just confused.
Nah, they ain't
Still,
getting confused.
Rhonda Kitchen, the woman who captured the disgusting
Birds and
scene,
meat eaters
stated
on
that
low.
she'll never buy food from there ever
Oh
again.
my gosh.
And seeing
He's
those little
going
beaks pecking
in.
away at the raw meat,
Yo,
who can blame her?
you go over to the
Walmart
seafood,
officials
son.
responded
We out.
to the situation, saying the impacted product was immediately removed from shelves and disposed of. Professionals were also brought in to remove the birds.
Say that.
In all, 17 birds were trapped and released. So, with their meat
That's a
heist
good
brought to
thing.
a halt, Walmart may have won this
Free
time,
them to the wild.
but it's
At least
only a
none
matter of
died.
time
You know what I
before
mean?
the birds
Well,
attack again.
we don't know that.
Sleep with
But
one eye
hopefully they
open,
didn't.
Walmart.
You know what I'm saying? They don't tell you all
You
the
too,
details.
Rhonda. Deep Fried Rat. Coming to theaters this fall. Ratatouille 2. The
What?
Great Grease Trap. Set in a Texas Whataburger, this heartwarming tragedy tells the tale of a little rat who made his way into a restaurant in 2019
Y'all had Whataburger?
and met his fate in the deep
Tell me,
fryer.
let me know if you had
And
Whataburger
while
and
I
if it's
don't
good,
think Pixar will
and
be
if you had
picking this
fried
script up
rats.
anytime soon. Seriously, they've stopped replying to my emails. This story is still a mixture of hilarious and a little sad. Oh, and it's 100% true. And I've got the footage to prove it. Between me and you, here's a little premiere.
Oh, man, that mode
Oh,
is chilling,
snap.
bro.
Yo, with mad people in there. He just running around. Yo, talking about he got the buffet too. Yo, what's crazy? Like
Man.
restaurants be having this happen, and
This
like,
girl finna try to
yo,
catch this
people would never know,
As he quickly
and
became
people
the center
order
of
from places
attention,
like that.
this little guy seemed to get stage fright and tried to scurry out of sight. But the lady in the
Man,
pink had
it's
other
like,
ideas.
it's like you don't want to order from places like that, but how could you know? How would you know if they just had a rat up in there or a mouse or something crawling all over the table and stuff? Yeah.
Oh, what did agree? That is fraud, girl.
Oh, jumped up in there. Oh, they got. Oh, that's nasty. Somebody about to
As
grab
they tussled, the
out.
rat decidedly took a leap of faith right into the fryer.
Oh man.
Southern fried rat, anybody?
Oh,
Understandably, the customers were a little disgruntled.
why would they do that? Just throw it away.
Hey, dog, deep fried. Deep fried rat. Oh,
Man, that's disrespectful.
Come on.
Oh, that thing's still moving. Oh,
Oh, man.
woo.
Seen it all.
After sacrificing
Say,
the
give me-
right to the
give-
fast food
I've seen it
gods
all.
and
Give me
the
some of
money
that, son. Give me
brokers
some of that.
with equal parts of
I
disgust
need some of that,
and amusement.
shawty.
All the while, some poor
That's what
rat
that
was
man
getting
like.
crispier
I'd have
by
seen
the
it
second.
out.
It
They is
probably
still, why they
comes
still
as
in
no
there?
surprise that
I'd
this
have left.
restaurant was closed, cleansed, and cleared of
Come on,
any
man.
of Little Stanley's family. Oh yeah, I named him. R.I.P. Stanley.
People be bugging.
Back in 2018, a group of hungry
kinda crazy
diners
thing we
made
about to see
reservations
now,
at
y'all.
Carlini, a restaurant in England where Chef Laura Goodman cooks the meals. They ate their food and left, but the following evening, Laura posted this to Facebook. Pious, judgmental vegan, who I spent all day cooking for, has gone to bed, still
Okay.
believing she's a vegan. Which, reading between the lines, would lead most people to assume that Laura adulterated their food with animal produce. From an ethical standpoint, this is clearly out of line. But even
So she
worse,
tried to
the
pass
vegan
food
customer
off
might
as
well have
vegan,
even had special
was real-
dietary
it was
requirements
real
or
meat.
allergies governing their veganism.
Come
Although the
on, man, that's
chef
just
initially
wrong.
bragged that she'd spiked a vegan a few hours ago,
Spiked a
she
vegan.
soon retracted these statements, instead claiming, "I am really deeply sorry. There was no meat products added to the dishes." Of course, her attempt to backpedal in the face of being
whatever.
exposed wasn't quite sufficient, and ultimately she resigned. So fear not, vegans, she won't be striking again. Chinese street food. Street food is tasty, inexpensive, and provides flavorsome
be
offerings
hitting,
from
though.
all different countries and cultures.
Nah, I'm scared. I don't even
However,
know
it
what I'm.
seems some
I
people
don't even
have
want to see
maybe
this.
interpreted the phrase street food too literally. A San Francisco
No.
Chinese
I'm-
restaurant,
I'm-
Lucky
what-
River,
from what I'm
faced
hearing,
scrutiny
I'm
back in
guessing the food gonna
2014
be from
after
off
being
the
caught
ground,
beating
served to
their
somebody
meat
or something.
on the sidewalk.
Look at that. Yo, he wildin'.
When confronted about why one of its staff members was slamming totally uncovered meat onto the sidewalk, management explained they were simply trying to tenderize it, with reports claiming that the street they were pounding it onto was filled with cigarette butts,
trying to
gum, and
tenderize
general
it.
grime, and
On
with
the
other
street.
rumored health code violations under their
That's
belt.
real street food,
It's
y'all.
no surprise that Lucky River was soon under the microscope. They
That's
were
out of
issued an
pocket.
order to
That is out
rectify
of
the
pocket.
problems and retrain staff or face closure. And while I'd like
Man.
to tell you an inspiring
Shut them
story about the
down.
underdog who proved them all wrong,
Shut them
I
down.
won't be. From
Shoot.
my research, they appear to be permanently closed, which really is probably for the best. Employee of the Month.
Uh-oh.
This next food hygiene horror story comes from Redditor,
Uh-oh.
Not a Terminator, who explains his shocking experience as an assistant cook at an unspecified restaurant. 2 weeks into the job, he went to grab a can of tomato sauce out of the cupboard, only
Okay.
to be greeted by, in his words, a huge-ass tarantula.
Oh.
Now, if it was
In
me,
his
I'd have run a
words.
mile. But Not a Terminator decided to make his boss aware of this eight-legged lodger. After expressing his
tell me the
concern, the
boss
boss replied, I see you've met Eduardo. Yep,
Eduardo.
apparently his
He had
boss
a
kept
name
the
and
spider there
everything.
as a means to warn off pests and rodents. And while I'm sure Eduardo was a hard worker, I'd definitely rather the restaurant I'm eating at not keep a tarantula
Facts.
in their
What the heck?
cupboards. And if there's truth to the
Why would you
Redditor's
even
tale,
have?
I'm pretty sure the
what is
Department of
what is
Health
your
would
thought process
agree.
there? It's gonna be, he pulled it out of the cupboard and
Horse
just in the
meat
cupboard
scandal.
chilling. Oh yeah, the
If you
word on
cast your
rats
mind back to
and-
2013,
and
you might
insects.
recall the notorious scandal about grocery store meat being adulterated with horse meat. That's right. In parts of Europe, meat advertised as beef was found
Oh,
after
man.
investigations to contain as much as 100% of undeclared horse meat.
Do the meat joint.
Taco taster. I'll reluctantly admit it. Taco Bell is pretty tasty. And if I
Taco
worked there,
alright.
I'd find it hard not to eat the food myself.
Taco alright.
Turns out that one of their employees also
Oh.
felt the same. In a picture posted to Facebook
Come
in
on,
2013,
man.
the employee can be seen licking a stack
got
of
no
those
gloves.
delicious taco shells.
This
After the
nose.
photo went viral, Taco
tongue,
Bell HQ
everything's-
unsurprisingly didn't see the funny side to the
He
pic,
just-
as they promptly suspended and
Ter-
subsequently
what the-
fired the
come
employee
on, man.
responsible. However, you might
Oh,
be
look
pleased
at
to
him.
know that these shells were not given to customers. In fact, they were headed for the garbage anyway.
Yo,
But
that's
when
crazy.
it comes down to it, Taco Bell have a brand to uphold, and licking tacos, well, that doesn't fit the brief.
Oh my
But this
God.
isn't the only gross thing to happen behind the counter of Taco Bell. Another former employee sealed his own fate in 2012 when he posted a picture on social media of him
Oh!
urinating onto a tray of nachos. In the end, this
Come
taco
on, man.
tinkler
I
was
ain't never
dismissed
eaten
from the
Taco Bell
restaurant,
again.
but
McDonald's,
there still
Taco
remains
Bell.
So many questions. Like, if
Yo,
you ask me, that
come
stream
on.
of pee looks a little off-center to be actually coming from his,
It do,
trouser
but
snake.
you never
Suggesting it
know.
might be juice coming from a bottle,
I ain't
which
trusting none
would
of
be
that.
a somewhat
I don't
pleasant
care.
relief.
I
But
see
whether it was
picture,
a harmless prank or
I don't
not,
care.
one thing's for sure. When employees are up to mischief, the
I don't
Taco
care.
Bell shall soon toll for them.
No. X.
Secret shoppers. Is there anything better than the enticing aroma of freshly baked goods? Croissants, pain au chocolat,
Do be
cookies.
hitting now.
Who can resist?
Get some
While
croissants,
after
make
you see them
it
being
cut in
nibbled on by
half,
rodents,
French
their
toast.
Slightly less.
Boom.
The video quickly caught the interest of the British public, and Sainsbury's immediately took action, closing the store for a visit from the cleaners and pest
Always
control.
the rats.
Sainsbury's
Rats and
assured
mouse,
its customers
mice,
that
stuff
safety
like
and
that.
hygiene is the most
gotta
important
get
thing to them. Though
rid of
with
that
video
stuff,
in
people.
existence, I think it'll take a while to regain the public's
Gotta get rid of that
trust.
stuff.
Ironically, the store recently rebranded their slogan to "Helping everyone eat better," which apparently includes rats too.
Yeah.
But jokes aside, keeping the rodents at bay can be an impossible task. Some sources claim that in built-up areas, you're never more than 20 feet away from a rat. And with even the most defensive measures in place, where there's food, rodents are to be expected to some degree.
Yeah.
In fact, U.S. food law factors rodents into their sales safety legislation, with 11 rodent hairs allowed per 25 grams of paprika, 4.5 hairs per 225 grams of noodles, and 4 hairs per 25 grams of curry powder, among others. So while I could
that
give
real?
Sainsbury's the benefit of the doubt for their rat problem, I'll still think twice about
Yo,
buying
this is
unpackaged
changing
baked
my
goods.
whole. This is mind blowing.
That's not
They
what I
factor
ordered.
it in.
As horrifying as it is to find gross stuff in your food, in 2008, New Yorker John Agnesini
Oh
found
my
something
God.
totally
That
unexpected
give me a different
inside his
perspective on
Subway
restaurants.
sandwich. John was horrified when he tucked into his sandwich, only to find a 7-inch knife baked into it.
Huh?
Luckily, John managed to spot the unsolicited sandwich filling before it did a number on his mouth. But while John wasn't wounded by the knife, its filthy plastic handle had partially melted into the sandwich, causing John to become violently ill for 3 hours. But how could this possibly have happened? Perhaps some half-asleep employee haphazardly misplaced their knife in John's sandwich? It's unclear whether this
Yo,
was
they
a genuine
melted
mistake
the
or a
sandwich in the
terrible
joint.
practical
They say,
joke. But either
you know what
way,
I'm
it
saying?
seems
This thing
John
was
got the
pop,
last
pop,
laugh
pop.
as he was awarded a hefty $1 million in compensation.
Oh my God.
Which, if you ask me, sounds totally worth the 3 hours of vomiting.
It is, but what if he would have
Teriyaki
bit the
intruder.
other end and just
By this point in the video,
Woo,
you
so-
probably
oh.
realize rats
just
love food.
imagine just biting
so
down
much so
on it.
that sometimes they become the food.
Just slid up.
In 2019, when Deyanira Cortez bought her daughter a portion of teriyaki chicken from the Ohio restaurant Yihi Japan, she
Ohio.
was horrified to realize
Lots
that
of
some of the
States.
chicken was actually a baby rat.
Oh
Deyanira's daughter's friend, who
no!
spotted the teriyaki intruder, immediately went to the
come
bathroom to vomit
on.
and lost her appetite for days. Take a look at the clip. I think
Oh.
you might just feel the same.
Oh,
Esto es increíble. Miren lo que acabo de encontrar
Oh.
aquí en esto. Una rata
oh, good thing she spotted it.
cocinada.
Oh, but still.
Oh my God, qué asquerosidad.
That's a baby.
Mira, está cocinada. La cara, oh my God. ¿Ya vieron?
And she ate some too. She tore that joint up.
No.
This cooked rat rests in pieces in the meal, and just seeing its severed body and exposed guts is enough to put anybody off teriyaki chicken for
Oh,
life.
this is a must-watch.
After
This is a
taking to
this is a
social media to
must-watch
warn people
video
about the Japanese
because,
restaurant,
like, you
Deyanira's
never know.
viral
Yo,
video
make
prompted health
yo.
officials to
You gotta
inspect
look in your
and
food when you
subsequently
order
close the
from
Ohio
restaurants.
restaurant.
I'm not saying don't
Ironically,
go
they
to
failed to find
ever
any
go to any
further evidence of
restaurants,
rodents
but
in the
just look
building,
in there
though they did spot
and
flies, cockroaches,
analyze
and sewage
and-
backing up through the floor drains. I'm not
This is-
sure which
this
is
is
worse,
crazy.
the cooked rat or the presence of poop in the kitchen where they were cooking the rats. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Man, yeah. That's
Filthy Chinese
that's crazy.
restaurant. If that last story didn't convince you that restaurants don't always have the cleanest kitchens, then this next one definitely will. In 2015, deep cleaner William Panzino uploaded a video tour of a grimy restaurant in Littleton, New Hampshire
Look at
called
this.
Asian
Nice
Garden.
days.
Having cleaned this
Another
kitchen
Chinese
just 3
spot.
months prior to the video, Panzino was
I'm not saying
certainly
nothing wrong with
unimpressed,
Chinese
to say
food.
the least.
I'm just saying, people.
This is the Asian Garden in New Hampshire.
That's not nice.
Littleton, New Hampshire.
That's not nice.
You guys like
That's
Chinese
just like
food?
disregard for people's health.
This is how it's prepped right here.
That's like not
It
even
goes up in the filters.
caring at all.
This restaurant was cleaned by us 3 months ago, and this is what it's done in 3 months. See all that? All the grease there dripping.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that
I didn't even
delicious.
know it could. Oh, from popping up and stuff. I didn't know it could trickle down like that though.
You got carrots and beef and all that other crap. They've got meat with your vegetables, and they set the pan on top of the meat. They serve you this. Cross-contamination right there. That's against the law. There's the wall. And over here, where they prep your sugars and salts and more of your sauces. How'd you
Man,
like
it
a little
is-
extra protein?
Oh,
this.
they got mosquitoes in there. That's the most
So hard to
disturbing
clean once in a while?
restaurant ever.
What do we got under here? Or do I dare move it? Oh, I can't even. Oh, there we go.
Oh man, it's so sticky.
The whole
That's a
kitchen
sweet
is
sour
covered
sauce.
with grime and dripping grease due to a lack of regular basic cleaning, alongside intense cooking with oil. As you may know, oil isn't water soluble, so when it evaporates, it creates a thin layer of grease wherever it comes into contact. This sticky residue then invites dust, dirt, and bacteria to stick to it, which left unclean can result
Yo,
in
that's
some extremely
disrespectful.
vile states like this.
They just
The
don't
handle.
care.
It's just an example of their amazing hygiene. These are your clean dishes, well, what they call clean. Look what's above them. You see all this right here? Your pipe has crap all over it falling right into your dishes. You see right there? All that. It falls right onto your dishes and
Oh
you eat
man,
it.
that is.
Repulsed by the state of the kitchen, William
I want
posted
a
the
full
video
inspection
online,
of
which has since
restaurants,
accumulated
everything.
over 3 million views. And as expected, many were
This
quick
just
to
makes me
express their
want to think
disgust at the
differently
restaurant's
now about-
hygiene standards.
It
One
definitely
user
made me
even
think
wrote,
differently now.
"I'm on a diet right now. I'm going to watch this video every time I have the urge to eat unhealthy." So far, it's worked like a charm.
Man,
I
look.
might just have to give that a try.
Ooh.
The centipede and the scorpion. For most, it's a pretty standard procedure to wash
That-
fruit and
that
veg
last
before eating
joint
it.
was just
but with it
out
being
of
run
this
outdoors, who knows how many germs could be
Insane.
lurking, right?
Like,
Or
how
scorpions
could
and
we
centipedes,
believe
for
a
that
joint
matter.
like that? How
One
can we
person in
believe a joint like
2019 came across these aforementioned
household
creepy
like?
crawlies and their long-sought fruit and shared the cringeworthy
Oh,
footage
man.
of them scuttling about.
Oh! 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 Snap! Oh! Snap!
Safe to say,
Oh.
I wouldn't be in the mood for a long-sought fruit after seeing that. This video
I'm
was
sorry,
posted
y'all. This is
anonymously,
nothing to
so
say.
there's
Really,
little information
look at the
available.
joint.
But what I can tell you is long-sought fruit
Woo!
and scorpions are pretty common in the Philippines. So if you're in the area, I'd wash my fruit very thoroughly if I were you.
Man, look. Watch the fruit thoroughly. Watch
Cheddar
food
chopper.
thoroughly. Everything.
Who
Shoot,
doesn't
roots.
love a little try before you buy?
Root
This rat, minding
veggies.
his own business, trying a little bit of cheese before he takes
Green
it to the
veggies,
checkout to pay
everything.
For it, certainly
Meats.
seems to.
Watch
Christopher
everything.
Allison, who filmed this clip,
Nice.
is probably more of a buy now,
I do,
try
that's
later
for sure.
kind of guy, as he decided
This
to
make me
rat
watch
this
even
little
longer.
shopper out when he saw him chomping some cheese in an Illinois Food for Less store in 2019.
Look at that. My man just chilling. My man out here like he ain't got no worries. Like he do this on a regular. My man worked there and he's scanning the food like that. Like,
weren't so lax and made it known that they dealt with the issue at hand by destroying the affected goods, sanitizing the display, and of course having this unwelcome shopper escorted out of the building.
man.
They didn't even give him a chance
just
to
like
pay.
that. Yeah, if they did it that way, he back in there.
KFC's secret ingredient? KFC.
man, KFC,
Famed for its
good-
uniquely
good thing I don't eat
delicious
KFC
taste.
anyway, 'cause
Legend
that
has it that the secret KFC
It's
formula
good,
is made
but
up
then
of 11 top secret
I forgot what
herbs
it
and
does to me,
spices,
but I just stopped
but
eating
maybe
it.
their
It
unique
does something to
flavors
me.
attributed to something
stop
entirely
eating it.
different. In 2013, one KFC employee was pictured licking some of their delicious mashed potatoes, which leads me to think, is this what gives their food that special zing?
Oh,
I'm just
no.
playing around. With this picture in mind, who knows what
No.
other revolting shenanigans go on behind the counter.
No,
That said,
no.
KFC did clarify that nothing is more important to KFC,
KFC,
than food safety.
McDonald's.
The employee involved was immediately
What's
terminated.
the other one? Taco Bell.
So yeah, perhaps licking the food
So
isn't
far in
the
this video,
special
y'all,
ingredient.
3
Or
main
maybe it is.
chains
Anyone who
right there.
reveals that fact gets terminated. I better watch my back in case the colonel cometh. Burger King creepers. Back in 2018, a Burger King
3
franchise
chains.
came under fire
4
for
chains
having
now.
a rat-infested
Burger King,
kitchen.
McDonald's, Taco
And it was
Bell,
bad.
KFC.
Upon inspection, live rats were
4.
found, and they laid a few big whoppers of their own.
Yeah, all over
in the burger buns, dry storage.
It's like you gotta
and even
prevent
ice
these joints. You can
machines.
prevent them. It
Chantel
shouldn't be that
Johnson, an
many.
employee of the
They
store,
get
came
one,
face to face
two.
with the new
It's all up in the
employees
buns.
and decided to capture this
All
short
up in the
clip of the
buns.
moment.
Oh, it's one, two.
Gross, right? And I can't help but wonder just how long these guys were here. Or even worse, how many more burger buns they snuggled themselves into.
Word.
The video went
I wonder if
viral and the
somebody
fast food
ordered
chain
the
made sure to
burger
react quick.
and saw a little bite on
After
top of it,
Chantel had encouraged
and they
people
moved
to
on
not
to
eat
another
at the
one.
restaurant,
The person
the
got that
premises
burger in the
closed for
wrapper,
3 days to
and they
ensure
just
everything was
they don't
spick and
even
span,
know
ready to welcome back hungry
the rat
customers,
was on it.
and hopefully not hungry rats. Uber Eats for All. One of the greatest triumphs of mankind undoubtedly is the rise of food delivery services, such as Uber
Uber Eats
Eats.
service.
It's never been so easy
I'll bring
to
it
have
right
your
to
favorite
you.
meals
You know what I
delivered to
mean?
your doorstep.
Order from anywhere you
Rather,
want. I
some
got
of
you.
your favorite meal.
I'm gonna give me a little
Let me
tip.
explain.
Yeah, I mean, you got
It
a tip
turns
right.
out
I'm
you
coming
shouldn't
to
be
deliver
too
it.
trusting of the person delivering
I'll
your
see what
food.
they talk about.
In 2021, TikTok creator @Sarah from Florida shared a video showing an Uber Eats employee tucking into a customer's food and piling it up in his own little doggy bag
snap.
before packaging the rest back up for delivery.
My man got a stapler and everything. He ain't playing. He is not playing. He said, I'm getting these free meals. You know what I mean? How long he been doing it? Wow. He just out in the open doing it. I guess. I wonder if he's doing that just to prove a point. Y'all think that? Comment down below if you think he's doing this and trying to make a point. I think that's what he's doing because he's out there in the open doing this.
Shockingly, the employee loads his own
Look at
Tupperware
him.
box, seals all the packaging back up, hops on his bike, and gets on with delivering the food to the customer.
Wow.
Who was probably waiting excitedly, unaware of who tucked into their food first.
And then that
This
person
sly
probably
guy
was
didn't
like,
go unpunished, though. In fact, it was
y'all
later
ain't-
reported that
where
he
my
was
food
fired,
go?
which,
I
considering
paid for
those
this
sticky
and I ain't
fingers
even
of
get
his,
that.
shouldn't come as any surprise.
Oh,
More concerning,
man.
though, is how
And it's
many
not
other
even full.
delivery employees are out there doing this, flying under the radar, yet to be caught. Could you be getting
You
a
can save a lot of
half-size
money
portion?
doing that, though.
Maybe so, but on the bright
that's-
side,
oh, my
it could
God.
be worse.
I'm
After
definitely
all,
against that,
if
though.
I were a delivery driver,
not saying-
I hate to
not
break it
saying
to
do
you,
it.
but there would be nothing left to
Wow.
deliver.
That is. I would never thought of that. That's.
Hairy mouthful. Now, this next story is one that just keeps getting worse as it goes along, and is not for the faint of
hairy
heart.
mouthful.
You've been warned. It comes from
What's he
Redditor
about to
Womble's mama
say?
and begins with her uncle, a health inspector in Australia. He received reports of a fish and chip shop that was apparently very dirty and serving food with chunks of hair in it. He went and inspected the restaurant unannounced, only to be greeted by the owner, a very hairy and sweaty man wearing a t-shirt, shorts, and no shoes. Her uncle concluded that the source of
I don't
hair
like
must
seeing
have been
dudes like
coming
that
from the cook
at
and advised him to wear
restaurants.
proper
Mad,
garments.
sweaty,
He also suggested
off-white
changing the oil on the
joint with some
fryer as it
stains
was
in it and
filthy
stuff.
and likely contaminated with all his hair.
Big,
So the
sweaty.
cook got to draining the oil right away while Wombles' uncle
Kinda
was
like
still
that.
present, only to find something he'd misplaced a while back. His cat. That's right, his dead, deep-fried, and crispy cat, as Womble's mama so
on, man, I love
eloquently
cats,
described
too.
it. And
I
the
love
cook's
all animals,
reaction?
but dang.
Oh, that's where my cat
He
went.
said,
You don't say.
that's where our
The
cat
Redditor
went.
concluded by clarifying that the hair people had been finding in their food wasn't the man's, but in her own
Wow.
words, the fur and flesh of a dead cat. Yeah, some
Cat
pretty
hair?
heavy stuff. Just be grateful you're not
So
one
that-
of the
he-
poor
did he
people who
skin
have
it
complained about
before
those
he
mysterious clumps
put
of
it in
hair
the
their
deep
food.
fryer?
Truly, the
There ain't
stuff
no
of
way
nightmares.
the cat just sitting up there and then the hair just.
Make butts.
I mean, it's possible if you
It's
petting
out
it
with
and
I'm
get the
loving
hair
it,
off of it.
and end with I'm scratching it. In
Look.
2016, this McDonald's
McDonald's
employee
again.
was caught butt-handed while preparing a customer's order, and the customer
With
made
no
sure
gloves.
to capture the
McDonald's
moment.
always has no
TikToker
gloves.
at Relikiss has
McDonald's,
since
Burger
removed
King,
the
all
clip.
of them.
However, in the original
Not all of them,
post
but-
titled McNasty, you can clearly see this employee having a good
She
old
in there
rummage
good
around
too. She got her
down
whole.
there.
Excuse
her
me,
joint
ma'am.
just
Can I
in
get my
there
large
like-
fry?
She up in there, boy. She like, oh,
The guy interrupts her while she's in the zone, and she's
oh,
clearly
she just,
not happy.
oh.
As soon as her hand resurfaces from her rear end, she grabs some fries and hands them to the guy with the same hand.
Oh.
Yuck. Looks like this employee could have
Shit,
used
here
an
you
extra
go.
tool for the job.
Special sauce.
So anyway, what does
Oh my
McDonald's have to say
gosh.
about all this?
That's
They
McDonald's on
stated,
there twice,
"These
y'all."
videos clearly do not reflect expectations McDonald's and our franchisees have of crew members, and we deeply regret the concern they have caused."
Wow.
So clearly, having a rummage around in your
she
undercarriage
in
is
there.
part of their training program. So that's
She
a relief,
in.
I guess.
Oh.
They say don't bite the hand that feeds you. And let me tell you, after
ain't no
seeing
telling
what
how,
that hand had been,
huh?
I certainly won't.
She was just in there. Oh, man. Yo, look, now I'm just like, I don't even know. I gotta fully examine. I feel like I gotta fully examine the restaurants before I even order or something, because that is, examine your food, wash your food off and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of unsanitary people out there, y'all. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, people don't wash their hands, not wearing gloves and stuff like that. Man, that's just woo, woo, woo. Man, this made me change the way of thinking. Order from restaurants, yo. Any places y'all met that y'all ran into that had anything crazy like that? You know what I mean? Have y'all seen any employees doing anything nasty with the food before they put their hands on it? You had to check them. Like, subscribe, comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Peace.